never walk this road, then you can talk shit. Gambling with my life, but I refuse to go for nonsense. This the life I chose, this all I know, ain't many options. About to tell the truth, I make the rules like I'm FLEECE Johnson.
This is me, the booty watcher. And this is what you gotta do, protect your booty, because the booty man got his own mean core. It's me, the booty warrior. Told you I got my mean core, the booty. Told you booty was more important than water. I don't need it.
Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. What's up, Fleece, on this Memorial Day weekend? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm making it.
Hey, remember, like and subscribe. Support the cause. Again, this is the Real Life Scared Straight channel on YouTube. Real Life. We got them right here in front of us.
That's right.
Again, go to the website, get your gear, www.hustlerspirit502.com, and get you some clothes. Support the cause. Now, Fleece, we talked about some horrible things you went through in prison. We got a lot more. We got a lot of new subscribers on social media and YouTube on everything, and they're not really up on the story. So instead of us talking about something new today, I wanted to kind of go back, because I think some people get it mixed up on trying to figure out why you're not fearful of things out here, and you're not. I can attest to that. You're not scared of nothing out here. Man, you talked about being in that cell with those rats, and as horrible as it is, and I know you kind of go through something when you talk about it, but let them know exactly how you dealt with being in a hole with them rats in prison. Everybody want to run to prison. Hey, they got something waiting for you in there.
Yeah, they do. A whole lot. I'm going to tell you what. Before I tell you about it, you new subscribers and stuff, the prison I was in was built like an old prison. It was built like back in the 18th century. It's like a castle. That's what they call it, a castle. It is old. So where they had me at was down on a walk they call 15 Walk, the dungeon. That's down there by the electric church where you get executed. Now that wall, according to law, is supposed to only be reserved for people on death row. Nobody else in the general population of the prison is supposed to even be on that wall. It's reserved for death row inmates that been sentenced to die. And they got a gate that separates one half of the hall from the other. Now, the gate, in back of that gate is the lecture, and they got like 3 cells back there where when you get down to 2 or 3 days of execution, they put you in one of them cells back up. Now, they put me down there. They knew what was down there. Put me down there butt naked. When they put you down there, you're not allowed to have a mattress, no clothes, no nothing, no shoes. You just in there naked. And the bed got holes in them going all the way across, all the way down the bed. Little round holes about that big, just a bunch of them. I'm sitting on the bed, and I heard the water in the toilet splashing. And let me describe that toilet. It's a porcelain toilet with a brick wall around the toilet, like a brick square, cemented all the way up to the top. So when you sat on it, your legs will be straight out like that. But I ain't sitting. I'm gonna squat and use the bathroom. I ain't touching this nasty stuff. And I heard that water splashing. And I raised up in the bed, and there's a big old rat came up through the hole of the toilet. Shook the water off of it. And I had this thing where I believe that if you shout at it, it's gonna run. I said, ah! It humped up on me. I said, man, what the hell is this? Jumped off the bank and went up under the bed. Now it's up under my bed. So here comes some more coming from under a door in the hallway. Here come about 4 more big rats. These things is cat size. Get up under the bed. Man, I stand up. Now I know my bed got holes in it, so I'm worried about one of them getting through that hole on my body. So when they bring my child, I took the whole tray and just threw it out there in the hallway. They went out there and ate it. Terrible sight. When you see how fast they sit on their legs, and when you see how fast they eat, I mean, just real super. I said, oh my God. Every day, breakfast, dinner, lunch, they get my food. And I had to fix myself up to where when I sleep on this steel bed, I kind of press myself. I said, I need something, man, to spread over these holes. Because they can nibble through these holes, right, I think, and get my little booty. And so, never happened. I never got anything. And then one day, a guard come down there, and he did something to me that had me in a rage, right? And when I get angry, I don't care. You get me too angry, I don't care. And I was sitting there, my feet's on the floor now, and I usually wouldn't put them on the floor because the rats under the bed. But I wasn't even thinking about that. And I'm mad as hell. And then one of them came out on the side of my leg and looked up at me like I was supposed to jump or something like I normally do. But I was so frustrated, I reached down and grabbed him. It bit me. I grabbed that thing, I said, I'm sick of this shit. And grabbed it, jumped off. I had a big old rat in my hand and ran to the wall and smashed his head to the wall, smashed it again, reached down, I bust his head open, took my fingers and ripped his body open and threw it all over. Then I dived onto my knees. I said, let me get rid of all these. Just get them out of here. I reached under the bed and they attacked me. One bit me, another, they bite real quick. But man, when my hand closed around their neck, I popped their heads together like that and went over and held them two in the toilet. Then I beat them around the toilet. Then I said, you know what? I slammed them and barefooted, stomped them. I stomped their guts out with my bare foot. And there was one more left. And he he's kind of scared, like, I'm not scared of nothing. I was on my stomach under the bed reaching for him because this one is running now. He seen I done killed his buddies, right? 3 of them, blood and guts everywhere in my cell. And then when I had him cornered, he jumped over my arm, went over my head, and I reached over my head. I remember right there and grabbed his back of his feet, and I could feel him turn around and bite me. I ain't letting him go. I slammed and grabbed him. I broke his body. And back that time, it was a guards ran down there, and one guard seen it. He ran up and got all the rest of them. They ran out. They said, "What's going on?" And I just tore them open. I tore these rats open, just throw their bodies everywhere. And they say, "You bleeding? Are you bleeding?" I ain't got time to talk to them. Pigs, you put me down here for this reason, right? Don't even try to act like you concerned now. Yeah, I was bit all over. They bit the shit out of me. And you know what? I use that to my advantage. I pray to God that I didn't catch nothing. But they started bringing the nurses over talking about, we need to take you to the hospital. We think you got bit and you need to get a tetanus shot and a whole bunch of other stuff, rabies shots. I said, no, you ain't gonna touch me. And then after about 3 more weeks, I said, you know what? A guard came down there and I made foam, a lot of saliva build up in my mouth. I said, I'm gonna make him think I got rabies, right? I said, they said he got it. He got it. He got it. I said, all that stuff. So I made him transfer. Yeah. But They transferred me to another prison. And when them people got, they already knew who I was before I got there. You know, they said, oh, Lord, we don't want him here, right? But they treated me good and they sent me back. And but I had them people thinking, you know, they was my enemies, man. And I'm going to tell you something. When my mind go back to that, and all the stuff I done seen in prison, I seen demons inside of people. I mean, listen to me. I seen a devil inside of a person through his eyes, man. And me and the person was cool. We was cool, man. We wasn't in arguments or nothing. And he was a killer. And he was locked up for killing 3 people in Louisville. You know, he's a gang member, killer. But he respected everybody in prison, man. And that day when I tried to talk to him, when our eyes locked, that thing was in him. And soon my eyes seen it, it was acting like it was trying to get out of him to get in me. Every bone in my body shook. All my nerves went haywire. I peed, man. And did number 2. I had to take myself, grab my waist and turn myself around. I forced myself to turn around. And I was taking baby steps because my legs was wobbling and stuff, man. Everything was out of whack. I walked up to this thing and sat down, and I got pissed because I don't like showing fear, man. I believe that there was nothing in this world that can scare me. And what I just saw made me use the bathroom on myself, and I wasn't expecting it. So when I got my man right, I said, no, I got to go back down and see him. I got to see this again. Now I'm ready. But when he came out, it wasn't in him. And when I told him what I saw, he cracked the joke. Well, next time you see him, tell him I said, what's up, man? Try to play it off, and then 2 weeks later, he's dead. See, I wasn't supposed to see what I saw, right? And, you know, maybe because a lot of times, you heard the phrase, you dress up, wolves dress in sheep clothing.
Yeah. We
heard that phrase throughout our generation. But have you ever heard the one where a sheep would dress like a wolf to get back? There's a lot of sheep in this world, man, is trying to hang with the wolf pack. You know, they pretend to be wolves, but they're not. You know, I'm one of them.
You want to what?
One of the sheeps, man. I can go through the motions of a wolf, and I can become anything, a beast. I can transform, you know. But when I got out of prison, I was questioning out of her about the things I fear and don't fear out of her. I done seen too much in her to fear anything out of her. You know, as long as I don't see what I saw in her out of her, I'm straight, right? It ain't nothing out of her that can trouble me, man. You know, 1,000 people can die around me, man. I have an understanding of it. You know, things that I'm lucky to be alive, put it like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm lucky to be alive. I don't credit myself like, hey, man, you was a beast, and yeah, I did what I had to do to survive. But I'll, you know, keep me 100, 100. Man, God saved me. God saved me. It didn't have nothing to do with my strength. Them people would max me out, man. Them people was lifting 500, 600 pounds like it wasn't nothing, you know. I'm having fights with people that can grab you and crush your bones just squeezing you. That's how strong they were. I fought people like that. And see, I learned a secret about people that is stronger than me and can fight better than me. And the secret is this. 31st punch and make it count.
But he's so strong, it ain't gonna hurt him. So
Nah, if it's one of them types, I'm gonna bust his head. I'm gonna stab him. He's going down. He gonna hit that ground. When he hit that ground, he ain't gonna get up. Cause I know if he gets up, I'm done.
So you didn't go in with that thinking. How did you develop it?
Man, I developed that by seeing, once you're in prison, and even though the fight ain't came to you yet,
It's guaranteed to come, though. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, it's guaranteed to come, but you're going to see a lot of fights between other inmates that's going to let you know
What you gotta do?
that, yeah, you're in the wrong place. These people fight like they fighting gladiators. Here comes somebody running up. You sat there. I watched somebody get his head split. I watch people get their throat cut. I see all that stuff in there. And so I say, oh my God. I seen a guy get stomped so bad, he went to the floor, guy just, I said, I couldn't do nothing because I'm locked in my cell day out there in the hall fight.
Would you have done something?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it. I don't allow that shit.
Ain't nobody gonna let you stop.
They ain't gonna let me do what I want to do. We'll fight. We be fighting.
Then you'll be on the ground getting stomped
Nah. I fight better than that. I fight with a strategy, man. I don't go into a fight trying to fight like a gentleman. I don't do no gentleman fighting. Somebody I'm fighting, I know if they get a chance, they gonna hurt me, probably kill me. And so that makes me take everything off the, I don't go by no rules or nothing. But anyway, back to the story. I had a fight 40 years, man, from a child. 15 years old all the way up. I turned 16 in prison. I ain't had number 10 years, and I picked up time in prison for fighting, and it came up to 40, and they made me do it. But here's the thing. I got lucky. A lot of people say, oh, if he can do it, I can. Could I do it all over again? Them people learn, man. They go to school and they got training classes where they train the guards and train the polices. Like I think it's once a month they got to go into training and pick up additional ways to take people down and to stop this and that. After the fighting I did in them 40 years, right now, they probably know how to deal with it now, or with a person like that, what to actually do. But then, I blindsided them. The way I fought, nobody ever fought like that in that prison. They ain't never fought like that.
What, with duty?
Yeah, I'll take a 3-gallon,
Well, they wouldn't even let you have it now.
No, they couldn't stop it.
Even now, they couldn't stop
They can't stop it. It's the way we do things in prison.
it? Well, explain to me.
Okay, let's say, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. They came in all the cells and taking away them big old gallon buckets. We're not allowed to have a gallon bucket in your cell no more.
Mm-hmm.
In the hole, you can't even have a plastic cup in your cell. Period. They'll bring you a cup, a little cup to drink water.
And then take it.
No, they let you keep that little cup.
Oh, okay.
But you can't have big cups and all this plastic cups and stuff. So y'all said, that's all they had to do, just take away the cups and stuff that you put it in.
Mm-hmm.
Then we was putting it in lotion bottles. They took that. Now, you can't even have nothing but a little squeeze out hotel lotion
Yeah.
and hotel soap in a hole. So, Y'all said, oh, that's good. So they got y'all, no they don't. Cause what I did, the mattress is made out of plastic. Got a plastic cover over it, the mattress. What I did is measure out what I thought was a 3-gallon bucket on this mattress. Took the, they sewed the mattress together. Took
the thread.
The thread out. The thread is like fishing string. It's the strong. You can't break it. And so took that out, cut the mattress like that, and took it out where I had that much piece where I could put stuff in seal it up and set it. And when I'm ready to throw it, here it goes, right? So, and we used to get them like that. And so we threw duty on them for 6 years straight. They told them girls, only thing you can do is write him up, write a report. He threw human waste on me. You can't put your hands on him. You can't go get him.
You can't be part of the team that goes and get him.
Yeah. And when I found that out, I said, I got him. So when the team comes to get me, I'm going to get the whole team. So now they got to put that to the second shift. And people say that's so wrong. No, it's not. Because before all this happened, every guard carried a billy club. They were busting inmates' head. They was killing inmates in there. I had one guard put stuff in my food, made me go on a hunger strike for 21 days, and made him ship me out. I went 21 days without eating, man. I went through some hell in there. And, but I kept fighting back. And so, they did waterborne on me. In case y'all don't know what that is, where they put a rag over your face and pour water and all that. It's a technique they use in the military to break enemy spies and stuff. Tell us where it's at. I would never. Okay. How I defeated that is before they even started that, and I'm in a hole. I'm in a hole. I'm laying there naked. They put you down there butt naked. So for months, I'm down there naked and stuff. So you ain't allowed no TV, radio, no newspapers, magazines, nothing, no books. So in my spare time, to pass time, I would hold my breath. See how long I can hold it. And then just hold it for as long as I can. And I did that for almost a couple of years, man. I've been exercising like that. And at that time, I didn't have no cigarettes or nothing. Man, I can go almost 5 minutes holding my breath. They didn't know this shit. So when they come down there with the waterborne, they said, lead him back. So I said, okay. I'm going to have to act too. And because if they find out I'm acting, then they're going to wait real long time. When I hold my breath, they're going to catch me, right? So they lead me back, put that thing on me. So soon they put it on my face, I already know I'm up to 3-4 minutes. I'm holding my breath. So I went, they said, do it. So I'm holding my breath and I go, still holding my breath. So they raised me up. They said, you understand what I'm saying? I said, fuck you. Threw me back down. I held my breath. All that shit brought me back up. You gonna keep on breaking the rules and regulations? I said, till I die, bitch. They laid me back there, pour all that water on me, and then they raised me back up. They said, now, have you had enough? I said, no, I need more water, please. They laid me down. They said, he think he's tough. And one guy said, you know what? The military man that they hired from the military to break me, Travis, captain, special over interrogation in the military. Specialized in breaking people's spirits and shit. He said, no, wait. He said, give me a smaller thing. They gave me a real thin one, put on my face. I said, I ain't holding my breath yet. I said, what y'all doing? He said, you getting ready to see. So he brought that big old thing. I said, now. And he, man, I talking about, and then I made my body jump like, you know, like it was affecting me, right? And he said, let him up. He said, you want some more of this? I said, hey man, I think I'm hard. He said, what? I said, you made my dick hard. They said, get him! And every time they bring me up, I got something sarcastic to say, so I broke through that shit. Then they put these things under my eyes to keep my eyes open and shine a big old spotlight in my face, right?
How long they do it?
Some hours. That was crazy. But they told the guard that every time I think I'm trying to sleep, throw a big old ice, they kept ice in his bucket, a big mop bucket, throw it on him. You know, and that when that cold water hits you, it feel like you know being electrified. I went through all that. Then when they changed me up to the bar, they have this arm right here. They take his arm and handcuff it to the bar right there. Take my legs back, you know, and I be handcuffed in this position like that. I start breaking out of them, turn everything up. Then they put me in this butt naked. This is what set all the inmates off in 6 cell house. They had me naked, put a waist change around me, black box, handcuffs, leg shackles, put me in a cell. So this white boy, JD Texas, he said, "FLEECE, Joshua." I said, yeah, JD. He said, man, have they fed you? I said, they feeding me now. He said, they take you out of that shit? I said, no, they said I gotta eat like this. So imagine that. They set your shit on the floor and you gotta take your head and eat it like an animal. So everybody in our flooded, then JD got, he said, "FLEECE Johnson, I know you can break out of that shit, man." And I did. But everybody in that cell house, over 300 inmates, stopped their toilets up, flooded, started. It was a big flood in there, water this high, and then I broke out. I broke all that stuff off of me. They said, he's out. I said, yeah. We went to work. So
What y'all do after that? Tell me y'all went to work.
Man, you know, when I get out of this, now, they got to come and put me back in it. So, everybody's waiting on this. That they put in work for these, because when they run up to my door, they'll drop the slot. They give you an opportunity. Turn around backwards, stick your hand through the slot where they can handcuff you first. They'll slam the slot back, open the door, run and get you. And put leg irons on you. If you're a coward, you stick your hand through the door and let them do it. Now, the tough people that I messed around with in prison, we don't do that. We ain't no stick our hands through shit. Y'all fuckers want to fight? Come on in here. And when they ran up on me, I had a steel chain that they wrapped around me. Had it like that. Took my handcuffs, I took off of me and had it like a claw.
You had broke it open.
Yeah, like a claw. And so they hollering, "Take your hand through there." I said, "Eat me." And then they spray mace up in her, and then they'll wait about 2 minutes. They open the door. When they opened that door and I swung that chain about 3 times, they shut their door. Now, when they come back, they got that, it's a 40 millimeter. It's a big old gun with a barrel that big.
Is that where they shoot that ball in there?
It's stainless steel too. Now, whatever they put in there, it's not a ball. It's like a bean bag.
Yeah.
It shoots cartridges about the size of this pop can. It comes out of there. And it would tear you up, right? And it sounds like a... It sounds like a...
Like a cannon.
No, it's worse than it sounds like a tank. You know.
Have you ever got hit with one?
Shit, hell yeah. Well, I'm not directly hit, but I've been shot like 3 times. Made me lay down on the ground. Fuck this shit. And the girls holler, "We'll be back." I said, "Come on back, whore." All that, "Bitch, come back." When they came back, they said, "Drop that fucking slingshot." I'm standing over here. Motherfucker bro came through there and they want me to hear it, right? Man, when that thing sounded, I couldn't hear nothing, right?
Why didn't you try to grab it?
You ain't got time for that. He just stick it all the way through it and held it. He just poked it and shot it, you know. And it was loud. And so it scared the shit out of me. But I can't let them see that. You know. I said, I got on my hands and knees and stuck my head right to the train slide. I said, the next one, let it go in my face, bitch. They said, "Move your head out of the way, boy." I said, "Shoot." They know they couldn't because they had able to kill me, you know. And they would have been charged and all that. I said, "Y'all going to jail. Whoever pulled that trigger, you be taking my spot in this cell. Because it's going to kill me. So you want to show your ass and make a lot of noise?" They said, "Make them kill you." I said, "I'm trying to make them kill me. Y'all, can y'all hear me? Shoot it." And while I'm running my mouth, his black lieutenant, he had a solution. While I'm running my mouth, "Shoot them all. Shoot it." He had a can of mace. I said, "Shoot." He said,
in your mouth.
and shut me the fuck up. "Come and get me, motherfucker." He said, "Shut that big elephant mouth, boy." So I said, "Ow." I stuck my arm through the handcuffing, so we got that done.
But you said only the weak got handcuffed.
Man, I got weak. It was times in there like, you know, you got to show strength, even though you got a lot of fear in you. And that same lieutenant that sprayed me in the mouth, he came for me one day when he's a great big old black dude, look like a bird, man. And the white men, they hired him to deal with me. They went and got him somewhere, man, and said, "Come and get this deal with him." So he told his white captain, usually when a guard come run in on you, it'd be about 8 of them. Now he wants to prove himself. And he was a regular guard then. He said, "Cap." Now he talked deeper than that. He said, "Cap, open the door. I'm just gonna grab him, throw him on the bed, and we can handcuff him." You know, like I wasn't shit, right? And he's a big bird, big football player, right? And the captain said, no. The captain had a taser gun, right? And he said, "If you don't come up here and let us handcuff you, I'm gonna shoot your ass." And I knew that type of captain. I knew he would. I came over and turned around, they handcuffed me in the back. Bend down, put leg arms on me, open the door. So they laid me on the bed. Like I said, they always have you naked. When they put you on that bed, the 4-point you, handcuff this arm, that ankle, and that ankle to the bed. So while I'm laying on the bed, he said something to me. He said, "You ain't so tough, boy." So he triggered something in me. So I said, "Fuck you." When they took the handcuffs off, he said, I said, I resisted. He said, "Bring your arm, boy." I said, I'm gonna show this nigga how strong I am. That's what I'm thinking, right? He said, "Put your arm down, nigga." I said, This nigga let my arm go. Now remember the size, he weighed about 3. He let my both arms go and put his arms around my neck like that and went all the way back. He said, but you, nigga, get ready to kill me. And I knew it. Them white people don't give a damn. They gonna put, they gonna try to have him get out of it, but it's on him. They using one black to get rid of another. He said, I said, and it hurt me too. I said, okay. Like he broke my spirit almost, man. That fucked with me right there. I said, God damn, why you had to bitch out like that? And he handcuffed me. So the whole time I'm down, I'm thinking, when they let me up, I got to get that back. That nigga made me scream out right there. So here they come. They left me down for 5 hours, came to get me. And it wasn't up but him and that captain again. So he said, you ready to get up, boy? So I said, I got to play it off. I said, yes, sir, yes, sir. So the captain said, he looked at me like, he was like, he know me more than the guard. He was like, is he real? Did we finally break FLEECE Johnson? And he took the legs off and like that. And then he took it. He said, now, you gonna lay down the rest of the day. And tomorrow when we come on, we'll give you a mattress. And from then on, you can work getting your stuff back, sheets and blankets and all that. I said, yes, sir. When he took out all the handcuffs off, now I ain't got nothing to hold me down. He said, now get up. He said, move your arm, circulate your. I said, pop, pop, pop. Boom. Nigga, you crazy?
You didn't do nothing to him.
Man, I hit that nigga so hard, bro. Like, that toilet I was telling you with the brick wall around him? He sat in it. The only thing that got me, I'm getting ready to beat him to death. The only thing that got me, that little skinny ass captain that I said would shoot with that taser, he shot it.
He shot you?
Yeah, motherfucker shot me up off him. I'm getting ready to tear him apart.
What'd it do to you?
Man, that motherfucker took me to the floor. And dude was still on the toilet. He fucked up. I hit him in all the right races. And I was glad. And then the captain, the radio, and some more guards ran down the steps, and they ran over and handcuffed me while I was on the floor and pulled me up out of there. Dude, he still sat down, leaned over to the side like that, And I said, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, you got me fucked up, nigga. So I got to put up a, big front. But I had to go through all that shit, man.
Before
I fought these people 40 years, bro. It wasn't no FLEECE Johnson lay down shit. And that's how I got to meet. Look, let me tell you something. Y'all want to know how I met so many serial killers? See, y'all think when y'all go to prison, like it's a restaurant, you get a table. Ain't nobody gonna.
Like it's
in prison, anybody can sit at your table. Anybody. It's not your table, it's the prison's table.
Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing.
But so on TV, when I see them guys not letting people sit at their table, it's fake.
Yeah. You gotta fight or something. But here's somebody sitting at my table, he killed 19 people. The black dude that sat there, he's the one with killing all the girls, throwing them in the Ohio River. Then we got somebody killed his grandmama and his uncle and all of them are sitting at my table. And you wonder how I communicated? Just like this. I said, man, why all you crazy motherfuckers want to sit at my table? Nuts. They started laughing. Then the one that killed the girl in Ohio River, he said, come on, police. I said, come on what, nigga? Nigga, it's like I don't know who you are. Nigga, I remember you. Nigga, I seen you on TV. Nigga, in the courtroom, spit on the judge and all that shit. I said, you know what, bro? He said, don't say it, police. I said, don't say what? I said, if any of them girls or somebody I know, nigga, I'll kill you right now. I said, how about that? He picked his tray up and went to another table.
You know why they was sitting with you?
Why?
Because you're crazy too. That's why.
I ain't think of it. But I'm not going to let these crazy people, you go to prison, man, and they tell you shit like, don't say nothing to him. He'll never get now, and he ain't got nothing to lose. I think he got his life to lose.
What makes you, when somebody say so? That's what I wanted to ask you, because somebody say, man, don't talk to him. It ain't gonna hurt me one way or the other. I ain't gotta talk to him, but you gonna talk to him just because somebody says it.
No, I do it whenever I feel I want to. I don't let nobody tell me who to talk to. You know, I talk to people.
It shouldn't be that important though.
You know, yeah, but at the same time, you know, I'm in the penitentiary. I'm learning these people. You got people in there that do shit to food. They'll spit in it, they'll piss in it, they'll put cum in your food. They'll do all kinds of nasty shit, right? You know, and so I just like a lot of people that got sissies in there. You know, some people said, I don't want a sissy that everybody done had. You know, I want mine fresh, right? I want to be the first one to get up in it and nobody else, right? But then if somebody else has managed to do it, then they can walk up on his man. Like I told one dude one time, I said, what's up, bro? He said, what's up, FLEECE? And he was holding his woman, you know, his sissy. He was sitting in his lap. He was holding him like he had a real woman. He said, yeah, man, me and my baby, man, we just sitting there chilling. I said, yo, baby. He said, yeah, man, you missed. I said, look, bro. I said, I just, about 3 hours ago, I cummed in his mouth. And have you kissed him yet?
Oh, he beat you to death.
No, he didn't do shit to me. He looked at the sissy. He said, what are you talking about? I said, has he kissed you? I said, I know you get ready to fight him, so when y'all get out of the hole, you think about it. Because if you kissed him, you might well suck my dick too, nigga. And he threw him off his lap, and they were fighting and shit. But guess what? The sissy whooped him. And they couldn't even fight. Sissy whooped him. That's another thing you don't want to do in prison. You know, the sissies in our man, they had sissies in our Joe Graves out of Lexington. They called him Lisa. Looked just like a woman. Had green eyes and stuff, light skin. But you know, for whatever the reason, he wanted to be a girl. He came off the street as a girl. And then these inmates got hold of him in there. I'll never forget the time, man, me and this dude named Skrill, we were sitting there talking to Lisa. And then his man, he was a professional boxer. I think he was about 10 and old before he got locked up. Boxing pro. And he know judo and all that shit. And he came in, and we sitting over in the aisle talking to his. I didn't know nothing about all this shit then. That nigga walked up there and told that sister, said, which one of these niggas you want? I said, oh my God. She said, stop, Jeff. He said, which one of them do you want? So he said, I tell you what, he walked down there and went in the bathroom. Me and him went over in our aisle. I saw him take a broomstick and break it over his leg. I said, oh, goddamn. You know, I'm thinking this nigga's coming for us, right? And, you know, he's a professional fighter. I ain't got nothing. I'm looking for a weapon. I ain't got shit. But when he ran up, he went to the sissy and smacked him on top of the head with that broom. That sissy told him don't do it no more. When he did it, that sissy, man, you talking about a Thriller of Manila. Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier and Ken Norton and whoever, they fought. He was swinging hard and trying to mop it. That sissy was hitting him like Sugar Ray Leonard just too quick. And whooped him. I said, oh my God. So they got them kind in there, they can fight too. You know, so I'm telling you, you got people don't know what I went through, hey, I'm lucky to be out. I'm thankful to God.
Don't go to prison. Stay free.
Man, please.
Hey, I want to ask you a question before we get out of here about the 20 versus 1 with Lil Woody. When you put your elbow on Woody's shoulder, he didn't like that, man.
Well, here's the thing about it. Everybody knows Booty Man. Booty Man's a warrior, first of all. And that little part with my on his shoulder, I was told to do that. But he didn't know nothing about it. You know, they were trying to play a game with him. To lean on him. They want to see what his reaction was going to be, right? You know, he didn't know. So when I leaned on him, he went, I said, man, what's up? So they just wanted me to pick at him, but Woody took it serious, you know. But later, what made him come clean was when they asked me about that sissy, I said, look, man, you can bring a woman out of here with one leg, one arm, and one eye, ugly as hell, and put the prettiest man up, and I'll take a woman over a man any day. And when Woody heard that, he know I ain't on it. So that's when we came back and we jigged and we completed the thing. But at first, he didn't know. You know, he know I'm the Booty Man and all that, but they wanted to play a joke with him without his knowledge to see his reaction, right? And y'all saw it.
What about when he said, with that part where he said, don't touch me, you know what I'm going to do to you. And you said,
don't do it.
Yeah, don't, I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah, I was letting you know, man, he's too young to walk out there lumped up, right? He's too successful. That's what I lumped him up. But, Woody's cool, man. And I said, don't do that. And then I looked over at the people, like, y'all wanted me to just fuck with this man. You know, this nigga here is on some real serious shit, getting ready to be, right? And, but it turned out all right, you know.
You didn't seem scared or anything.
Nah, Booty Man don't scare. I'm not afraid. It's just like if you cut me, see, here's how I got my stuff. If you slice my arm down here, my man will tell me, see, I don't panic. Cause the pain is in my arm, it ain't up here. My eyes see it, see the blood gushing out, and my brain will let me know the pain is here. It ain't up here, it ain't here. I can keep fighting. You know, I don't...
You too old now, though.
Yeah, people, you never too old to defend, man.
No, I ain't saying defend yourself, but you too old to be getting into those fights like
no,
that.
I'm not. No,
You're almost 70 years old, man.
Whatever.
You're a senior citizen. That's what they call.
Yeah, I am. And so I'm a senior citizen, but not that type. That I can't take care of myself. You know, defend.
So you didn't see no win for him anyway?
I don't know his fighting skills. I wasn't even on that. I was just saying, hey, man, don't do that. Don't make me do this, man. You know, I probably would have lost. I don't know. But I'm just saying, you know, it's all straightened out now. We all cool. But the point of it is that he didn't know that I was just doing that, fucking with him, right? And he didn't know that shit. But he's a cool dude, man. I like Woody, man. He's funny. And he's straight up. You know, he's a straight guy, man. And I like to do more little skits and stuff with him, though, for real. But, yeah, he didn't know it.
All right, we appreciate y'all tuning in today. Y'all have a good Memorial Day weekend. Well, it's probably coming out after that, but please like and subscribe. Peace.